Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. So today we're going to continue. We want to do a discussion, tutorial number 3, STA104, chapter number 3, which is correlation and simple linear regression. I believe you already listened to my lecture on correlation and simple linear regression last class, right? So now let's look at question number 1. Tutorial. The following table shows the average daily walking distance and weight loss in kilos of 8 university students in a month. So it is believed that more weight loss can be obtained by having a long walk. So now by looking at the variable yang dia bagi dekat sini, walking distance and weight loss. So the first question state the independent variable and dependent variables. Right. So this is the most important question and you need to be very careful in answering this question. If you wrongly answer the question, then you need to be aware that the subsequent question pun, question yang akan datang ni, find linear regression, E, F, so semua yang akan salah. Right? So this is very important question, walaupun 2 markah ataupun 1 markah. Right? So now, walking distance depend on weight loss ke? Weight loss depend on walking distance?
Weight loss depend on walking distance.
Weight loss depend on walking distance. This is very simple logic. Kalau you tak, you need to be very careful lah. You kena tanya banyak kali. Walking distance depend on weight loss ke ataupun weight loss depend on walking distance. Kalau weight loss depend on walking distance means that weight loss is dependent variable, walking distance is independent variable. Right? Is walking distance and dependent variable is apa tadi? Weight loss. Right. So now, second question, they ask you to calculate Pearson product moment correlation coefficient and comment on the value obtained. So, Pearson product moment correlation. So we already know that walking distance is your x variable and weight loss is y variable, right? So to calculate Pearson product moment correlation coefficient, so the formula would be summation of xy minus summation of x multiply with summation of y divide by apa? Divide by n. Right? This is the formula, divide by n. And divide by, dia ada 2 part dekat bawah ni. First part is focusing on x variable, summation of x square minus summation of x, and then you squared divide by n. The second part is summation of y squared minus summation of y squared divided by n. Right? So you need the value of summation of xy. You need summation of xy, summation of x, summation of y, and then you also need summation of x square and summation of y squared, and also n. Right? So what is the value of summation of xy? You dapat tak? Summation of xy
102.5.
102.5. 102.5. Right? So what is the value of summation of x?
19.
19, right? Okay, and then the summation of y. But before that, do you know how to input the data into calculator? Tahu kan?
Yes.
Right. I ulang sekali lagi lah, in case somebody anybody don't know how to input. First, you need to click on mode and find 3 for statistics, right? And for this calculation, we no longer use 1 minus VAR. We're going to use A plus BX, number 2, right? Oh, sorry. So if you look at, if you have like this, you have X, Y, and frequency. What you need to do is click on Shift and Mode, and go find Stat number 4, and frequency ini you click 2 for off the frequency, and do the same again, start the process again, 3 A plus BX number 2, and then you will get this interface lah, X and Y. So you know that the working distance is your X value and weight loss is your Y. So you just input the value into the calculator lah. So 0.513, ,1.5, and last is 1, right? So next for Y, 8, 6, 3, 1. Then you have 2, 5, 2, and 4. By using this calculator, you can recheck whatever value that you already input, right? So this is the nice features dalam this calculator lah. You can directly check. So next, to find the value of x, summation of y, summation of xy, just click on Shift 1 and click on 3 for sum. So they already give you all the value, summation of xy, summation of x squared, y squared, x, and y. So what is the value of summation of y? 31, right? For summation of x squared, 69.5. So summation of x squared, 69.5. And summation of y is 31. Summation of y squared. Y squared apa? Y squared is number 3. So 159. So once you already got the value, so we know that n is equal to 8, right? So once you got the value, we just plug in into the formula, right? To get the marks lah. You just need to plug into the formula. So this one should be 102.5 minus, this is 19 multiplied with 31 divided by 8, and everything divided by, do we have a square root? Here dekat sini kita ada square root kan, bawah denominator. Don't ever forget the square root. So we have a big square root, and in this big square root we have two parts. First part is for x variable, which is, this is summation of x squared, 69.5 minus and 19 square divided by 8. This is the first part, multiply with. The second part is 159 minus 31 squared divided by 8, right? So we just need to plug in into the formula and find the value of R. So R, no need to calculate one by one. Tak perlu kira one by one dalam calculator ni. You just click on Shift 1 and then you need to find 5 for regression. Right, 5. Now you see 1 until 5 kan, ada A, B, R, X hat, Y hat. So you cari 3 lah, R. So you dapat 0.9380. 0.9380. So this is how we calculate Pearson product moment correlation coefficient. Right. By this value, we know that 0.9380, it means that it's a positive value, right? So we can say that walking distance has a strong positive correlation with weight loss. Ataupun you can rephrase balik, there is a strong positive correlation between walking distance and weight loss. You boleh rephrase balik lah, ikut yang mana you suka lah. Right, so this is question number B. Right, so now, once you already calculate the value of R, so we know that R is 0.9380, right? 9380 kan? So next C, we need to calculate the coefficient of determination. Coefficient of determination is R squared. So you just need to square the value of 0.9380, right? So this one should be equal to how much? 0.9380 power of 2, it should be equal to 0.8798, right? So remember, in coefficient of determination, we need to express it in term of percentage. So it will be equal to 87.98%. So what does it mean? So dia nak apa kat sini? Dia nak you explain its meaning. So how to explain its meanings? There are 87.98% of the total variation in weight loss are explained by walking distance, right? So what happened to my computer? There are 87.98% of the total variation in weight loss explained by kenapa hidup panjang-panjang ni? Explained by walking distance. The balance of berapa? 100 minus 87.98, which is equal to 12.02%, were explained by others variable. This is how we explain the value of coefficient of determination. Okay? Saya letak tepi ni. So, saya letak color apa yang nak letak ni? This is color purple. Alright.
Sir, nak tanya.
Yes.
Yang the balance tu mesti kena buat ke?
Tak buat tak apa, tapi at least you need to know lah what is the explanation the balance tu pergi mana? 87.98 tu is the explanation by walking distance. What if others than 87 tu, maksudnya 12% tu datang daripada mana? So we need to understand lah. So datang daripada others variable yang tak ada dalam model ni lah. Right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, now let's look at D, which is find a linear regression equation using a least square method. So least square method, we have y equal to a plus bx. So a is your intercept and b is your slope, right? Where x is your independent variable, y is a dependent variable. So first thing, we need to calculate the value for b, right? And next is value for a. So b is summation of xy minus summation of x multiplied with summation y divided by n, and divide by the part for x, right? Kalau kita remember coefficient of regression, Pearson product moment, so dia lebih kurang sama saja formula. So first step, you need to calculate for b. So let's say b is equal to summation of xy minus summation of x multiplied with summation of y divided by n, everything divided by summation of x square minus summation of x, and then divide by n. So we already know the value of summation of xy, summation of x, summation of y. So in answering this question, for the first step ni, you calculate the summation of x square, summation of xy, semua ni you need to double check, right? So once you salah satu number dekat sini, means that dekat sini you dah salah b. So you akan bawa lagi C salah, D salah, E, F, right? So you need to very careful check the value answer yang you dapat, right? So summation of xy is, you just plug into the formula 102.5 minus summation y is 19 multiplied with 31 divided by 8, everything divided by, and this is 69.5 minus 19 squared over 8. So you will get the answer. So since you already input the data into calculator, right? So you already input the data into calculator. So you just tekan shift 1, cari regression, and then you need to find the value of b. So what is the value of b?
$1.1846.
1.1846. Yep. Right. So now, once you already got the value of b, so now you need to find the value for a, right? So dalam exam, dalam test number 2, dalam final exam, right? So even though you already know how to calculate, how to input data into the calculator, don't straight away letak value, right? You will not get any marks. So you need to letak each value ni dalam formula. Jangan letak final answer ni. Baru lepas letak value dalam formula, baru letak final answer lah. And for formula for A, so let's look at formula for A. A is equal to mean of y minus minus b multiplied with mean of x, right? So plus or minus here is depend on the value of b. If b is positive, then then it will be y bar, I letak macam ni, it will be a equal to y bar minus bx square if b is positive. If b is negative, it will be a equal to y bar plus bx bar. Boleh faham kan macam mana jadi macam ni kan? Because if b is positive, so dia akan dapat benda yang sama lah. So let's say y bar minus b x bar. So means that b is already positive here, right? If b is negative, a equal to y bar minus b x bar. So minus equal to positive, right? Simple math lah. So the formula for A is y bar minus b x bar. It means that summation of y divided by n, this is a formula for mean, right? Minus b summation of x divided by n. So it will become summation of y is equal to 31. You just plug in the value into the formula. 31 divided by 8 minus 1.18146, and then this is going to be 19 divided by 8. And then you tekan calculator. What is the answer?
1.0616.
1.0616. Right? So dia kata kat sini D ni, find the linear regression equation. Maksudnya ni baru you cari A and B. So you need to plug in this A and B value into the formula, right? So y equal to 1.0616 plus 1.1846, right? So in here it depends. If the value of b is positive,
it's 1.1846x.
Yes.
Another one, sir. Can we round off this to 2 decimal points or?
Yes. I baru nak cakap. Sebab yang ini kita agree from the previous chapter, all the numbers dalam syllabus ni we will round off 2 decimal point, except in time series analysis, right? In time series analysis next chapter lah kita tengok, right? So it will become y equal to 1.06 plus 1.18x, right? So now I nak cakap lagi, the formula will depend on the b value, right? Tadi dekat sini nak cari a ni depend on b juga, but for to make it in equation, so it will depend on b juga, right? So if b is positive, so y equal to a plus bx. If b is negative, y will be a minus bx. Okay? Boleh Okay. Right, so we already done D. So now let's look at E. So explain the meaning of slope obtained in D. Slope is B, right? The value of B, so B is equal to 1.18. So what does it mean? It means that when, so I'll tulis dalam bentuk ni ya. So when X, when X increase by 1 apa? Sini dia pakai kilometer, right? Kilometer kan? 1 kilometer. The weight I think something wrong dekat sini Do you get 1.18 ke atau negatif kat sini? I think something wrong dekat dia punya data lah, right? Normally when we want to interpret the value of slope, which is 1.18 ni, we say that when X increase by 1 kilometer, right? The weight loss will also increase by 1.18. Something wrong with the data lah, right? This is how we interpret. When X increase by 1, right? So weight loss will also, oh sorry, not weight loss lah, means weight loss will be increased by 1.06 kilo lah. So means that in this case I am misunderstanding this case. So dia punya interpretation, when X increase by 1 kilometer, maksudnya when the walking distance increase by 1 kilometer, and then the weight loss will be increased by 1.0 kilo. Means that weight tu akan loss 1.06 kilo lah. Right? Bukan dia tambah weight kan. This is weight loss, right? So this is how we interpret for E. Right? Boleh? Ada soalan tak setakat ni? So now let's look at E, right? I guna hijau lah. So E, estimate weight loss for a student who on the average walk 5 kilometers every day. Every day they walk 5 kilometers. So based on the formula, so we have the formula Y equal to 1.06 plus 1.18x. So we know that x is a walking distance. So we just plug in the value y hat. So since we want to do a prediction, so the symbol for y will be y hat. Y hat means the predicted weight loss. So this one will be the predicted weight loss, right? The new symbol y hat. So y hat will be 1.06 plus 1.18 multiplied with 5. So you just plug in the value into the formula, then you will get the value of y. So y hat will be 6.96. So I tak dengar you punya. Is it? What is the logic behind that? So I bagi you rest 5 minutes untuk fikir dulu. What is the dependent variable and what is independent variable? Number of production cost, total production cost depend on number of item produced, or number of item produced depend on total production cost. 5 minutes, rehat. So now calculate Pearson product moment correlation coefficient. So R is equal to summation of xy minus summation of x multiplied with summation of y divided by n. Everything divided by square root of, you just salin balik formula yang tadi lah, right? Right. So now you need to input the data into calculator and find the value of x and y. So what is the value of xy? Value of xy sama dengan berapa?
Um, 33494.
33494. Alright. And then what is the value of summation of x? You letak dekat atas, nampak senang. X will be 466. Summation of y will be
610.
And then what we need else, summation of x square. Summation of x square sama dengan x square is 126,878. And then summation of y squared will be 42210. And n should be berapa? N should be 10 lah. Betul? The data you have 10 kan? N is equal to 10. And then you just plug in the value into the formula. R equal to, I guna color lain, 33494 minus 466 multiply with 610 divide by 8, and everything divide by, and then this one should be 26878 minus, this is the first part, right? 466 square divided by 8 and multiply with 42210 minus 610 square divided by 8. And then tekan calculator, cari regression and click on 3.
So,
yes.
n equal to 10.
N equal to?
10.
Oh, 10. Yes, yes. Alright, sorry. I dah tulis 10, tulis 8 lagi. What happened to me today? Okay. Oops. So what is the value of R? So this one should be 0.9975. So we only calculate the value of Pearson product moment correlation coefficient, 4 marks. Right. So based on calculation number A, determine the relationship between the number of items produced by the factory and the total production cost. So there are strong, sebab dia 0.9 kan, atas daripada 0.8, which is strong positive correlation between total production cost and number of item produced. Right. So next, we obtain the regression equation using least square method. So least square method, y equal to a plus bx, right? Y equal to a plus bx. So b is equal to summation of xy minus summation of x in the squared divided by, summation of x multiplied with summation of y. Divided by n, everything divided by summation of x square minus summation of x and then square divided by n. So just plug in the value 33494 minus 466 multiplied with 610 divided by 10. Everything divided by 26878 minus 466 square divided by 10. Right, this is 6 divided by 10. So this one should be how much? Tekan calculator, B is equal to 0.98, 98 lah, kita letak 98. And then we need to find the value of B, the value of A. So A is equal to summation of y divided by n minus B summation of x divided by n. So summation of y should be equal to 610 divided by 10 minus 0.98 multiply with 466 divided by 10. So this one should be, number 1 should be 15.25. So the regression equation will be y equal to 15.25 plus 0.98x, right? Semua dapat? Ada soalan tak setakat ni? So basically benda yang sama aja kan. This one very simple question. Dia tak tanya macam mana how to interpret intercept and how to interpret beta. So so how to interpret? Kita letak soalan.
Sir.
Yes.
Yang 15.25. Dia boleh dapat kalau B, value of B kita ambil 0.9817. Kalau 0.8 je dapat 15.33.
It's okay. Apa yang I nak you buat, you letak the value, last value ni, you menggunakan calculator lah, right? This value depend on calculator, but we already agree we want to fix this to 2 decimal point. So no need to calculate manually here. So the answer, if you calculate manually here, it will be a different value lah. Boleh Sebab apa kat sini jadi 15.25 ni? Sebab kita tak kalau kita bundar kat sini, dia akan jadi the different value. But kalau kita ambil the direct value, the exact value from B daripada calculator, so we will get 15.25 something lah. So that's why we bundarkan siap-siap. So this is the final answer. So now for D, so estimate the production cost. So production cost is Y hat, it would be 15.25 plus 0.98, and production cost will be 65,000. So nampak kat sini 65,000, but if you look at the data that you already input, so you ignore the 3 digit kan? Maksudnya dekat sini would be 65. You need to be very careful lah. Sebab kat sini kita dah ignore 3 digit dekat belakang. So yang ini pun kita kena ignore 3 digit dekat belakang. So it will be 65. So we masuk ke dalam calculator. 0.98 multiply with 65 plus 15.25. So it will be 78.95. So what does it mean? Production cost will be, ni kita dah, again, production cost will be 70 RM 78950. So this is the production cost if the number of item 65,000. Okay. Ada soalan tak? So for question number 2, you can do it by yourself. For question number 4 also you can do it by yourself, right? Boleh So how to interpret beta tadi? If what is 0.98 ni represent for? How to interpret 0.98? Y equal to 15.25 plus 0.98x. So 0.98 beta ni, what does it mean? It means that when x is the number of item produced increased by 1,000, right? When the number of item increased by 1,000, then the production cost will also increase by berapa? 0.98 multiply with 1,000. It should be 9 over 0.98 multiply with 1,000. So 980, right? Okay. For A, so let's say A is equal to 15.25. What does it mean? It means that when there are no item produced, when x is equal to 0, means that there are no item produced, the production cost will be 15.25 thousand. Means that 15.25 multiply with 1000 should be 15,250. This is the initial production cost where there are no item produced. Okay. Boleh? You want to do a next, you want me to show question number 4 ataupun you nak buat sendiri? Basically this is simple lah, benda yang sama saja kan. So you need to find the Pearson product moment correlation, interpret the value, and then cari calculate the y-intercept. Y-intercept means A and B slope, right? And create the equation and predict, right? Itu saja. And then this one you need to understand. You need to carefully define what is a dependent variable and independent variable. This is question number 4, right? So percentage of attendance, ongoing assessment. So ongoing assessment depend on percentage of attendance, or attendance depend on assessment. This is ongoing assessment mark, right? I think this is marks lah kot, right? So which one independent, which one independent?
Ongoing assessment depends on percentage of attendance.
Yes, right. So another trick, right? Another trick that if you fail to define which one is independent and which one dependent variable, you just need to find a question asking for prediction or estimation, right? So apa yang dia kata dekat sini, predict ongoing assessment means that they want you to find y hat of the student course if he presented 93% of the class, right? So maksudnya this is going to be y, this is going to be y, and this is going to be x. This is independent variable and this is independent variable. Okay. Boleh ya?
Boleh, sir.
Okay. So if you, I think I leave it question number 3 and question number 2 and question number 4 for you. Do it by yourself. And if you have any question on this question number 2 and 4, you can ask me in WhatsApp group lah, right? Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.